RadioOnFire.com, Shot97.com. I go by the name of Diamond K, and this is Sports Talk with Pebbles. How you doing today, Pebbles?
I am great.
I see you have your Orioles shirt on.
I do.
Care to talk about the Orioles at all?
I'm not going to talk too much about baseball, but I will say we're going to the World Series.
Okay. I think that is probably true. First time that we've been to the World Series in many moons. many moons. Of course, you know sports. A lot of people are surprised that you know sports. Why do you think that is?
Because a lot of women are not into sports. So
okay.
It's like if I'm, depending on the guy that I'm talking to, it's like, yeah, whatever. She don't know what she's talking about until they get down into the conversation. And I do. Have
you ever had to regulate guys as far as your sports knowledge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely had to. But I also had a guy speak up for me because it wasn't going the right way. The guy was just so upset because I knew something and he was wrong. But another guy just stepped in and like, wait a minute, man. She knows what she's talking about.
Okay. So. Well, that's true. You do know your sports. Let's get it started. What do you have today?
Today, for whatever reason, these wonderful athletes just keep getting in trouble. Now, let me see. The Dolphins suspended defensive end Derek Shelby. He was in a little, I'm going to say, bar fight. He was at a little nightclub, and he did some things that I've seen in the Baltimore nightclubs.
From athletes?
From guys, period.
Okay.
So now this is before they know who he is. Now he's reaching out and touching girls.
Just grabbing them up.
Grabbing them. You know about that. I'm not going to say you did it, but maybe you've seen it.
I've definitely seen it happen. Yeah.
So he probably was, and they grabbing an ass or two, and they didn't like it. They reported him to security, and they asked him to leave.
Now, this is security.
Security. Of course, he wouldn't leave, so they called police officers. They asked him to leave, and he refused to leave and said, what are you going to do? So what happens after that?
Here's the thing. This is a black NFL player. This is not going to go good.
At all.
What happened to the soon-to-be ex-Miami Dolphins? No. What happened to him?
You said ex? Well, look, he is suspended indefinitely, so, hey, yeah. Who knows? But he did get arrested, and that's just it. He just got to... Why people can't just cooperate? It's easier to cooperate with the police. What was wrong with leaving the club?
He probably was drunk, showing off, and just... It would have been a lot easier had he left. Had he left, this wouldn't even have been a story.
At all.
It would have just been home. Now, you home.
But now he thinks he's somebody because he plays for the Dolphins. What you going to do? I don't have to leave. They get tough Tony because of their status. But, hey, it is what it is. They cited him for conduct detrimental to the team. So
that's an interesting that's an interesting charge. The NFL just I don't want to say that they're trying to regulate too much, but they're trying to regulate too much. They're doing too much.
They only all of a sudden want to get real stiff with everything since Ray Rice, and that's just it. That's the truth. Once Ray Rice, now it's everything has to be this, and this. You're in trouble now. You're suspended.
As it should. What are your thoughts on? I know we weren't scheduled to talk about this, but what are your thoughts on the NFL with the headphones? No Beats by Dre headphones.
They're doing too much.
Yeah,
they are doing entirely too much. How you gonna tell me what earphones I can use? I mean, I don't get it.
Well,
it's a bit too much, in my opinion. But who am I? I just report the sports. I report the sports news and everything. That's
absolutely. What would be your response? I mean, I guess there's really no response that you can really have. That's your employer.
Well, that is true, but at the same time, I have a question. Why do I have to wear that? Because that's who you chose. Now, it's funny that we're talking about this because Kaepernick, from the 49ers, he had on his Beats earphones after a game. Well, he said they were pink for breast cancer. That didn't matter to NFL. You know they fined him $10,000.
Now, this is after they made the ruling about the Bose headphones.
It's after.
Bose is officially the headphones of the NFL. So all of the players that have Beats by Dre contracts where they wear the headphones after, doing press conference or interview, anything like that, all that is dead. I thought they would still be able to wear them, but they would just kind of blur them out. But no, you know how they used to do the weed shirts back in the day in a video. They just blur it out, or they start doing that. They're doing that with brands and stuff like that. So,
but see, the thing is, he has an endorsement deal,
right? And this is going to affect that deal if he can't wear it during press conferences and interviews and stuff like that. So,
right. So now he has to change that up. So I'm wondering myself if Beats paid his fine.
He got a big contract right now, so he can definitely afford it. But I think
I'm just saying, like, they know that he has the deal with them, and now NFL has this deal. Who's going to be paying that $10,000 fine?
And Apple said, "Look, we made some special pink headphones. They had this plan before the ruling came down for these pink headphones, and they just messed it all up."
Indeed, they did. But hey, like you say, he can afford that $10,000, right? Easy money. So let's backtrack a little bit. You know, we're talking about professionals and their problems with the law. Well, here we are with the NCAA. Okay, please tell me that this young man, I know he wants to make it to the NFL. He's playing football, right? When do you want to go to the NFL? Todd Gurley has been suspended indefinitely.
Oh my!
Indefinitely. They're saying that he tried to sell his autograph. We're going to say allegedly.
On the internet.
No. He was at a party or something.
Oh, wow.
And
this sounds like a setup.
He may have said it jokingly.
This sounds like a setup.
He may have said it jokingly, like, how much you going to pay me for this?
Right.
You know, people do that. But now, also, Manziel had a problem like that.
I remember.
They just couldn't prove that he actually sold it. But it was done. And he had to sit out a half a game. So why are they telling this young man?
Well, I think that the original ruling was indefinite, but it only took them half a game to figure out they couldn't prove it.
Oh my gosh, you said half a game.
Well, what does half a game mean? So he came back in third quarter.
He couldn't start the game.
Okay, so that was the punishment.
Listen,
2 sets of rules here.
Right? Why? Why do you think?
Well, let's. Todd is what color? It's Todd.
Let's be politically correct. He's African American.
Okay, so he is not related to Raven Simone. Okay.
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay. All right. So Todd's black. What's the nationality of the other player that we're referring to?
To be politically correct, he's Caucasian.
He is European.
Oh, he's
European. So he's European.
Okay. Excuse me.
2 sets of rules here. 2 sets of rules.
I could have said that.
I'll tell you this. Todd's going to be out for more than a half a game. He's already going to miss the game this weekend. So
true, he is.
Yeah.
It's double standard.
It's definitely double standard. And the NCAA makes money off the players, big time. Yeah, it's a bunch of foolishness, but such is life.
Once they're doing the same thing like the NFL. They want to make an example
of
someone. So
So why not the black man? Why not the black man? What else you got?
Have you know Diamond K said this.
Absolutely.
It wasn't Pebbles, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so as we all know, well, some of us know, okay, we're following it. With the new drug policy with the NFL.
Right.
So that things have been changed, some people will be reinstated to play. Do you think they should be reinstated?
I think it depends on what drug they were using and how long ago they used it.
So how you feel about marijuana?
I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, so it's okay.
Let me say this. Marijuana is not a performance-enhancing drug, okay? If anything, it's going to hurt them, all right? So, if they're doing PEDs, no. He smoked some weed, okay, whatever the agreed fine is it synthetic weed? Like what was he exactly smoking? We don't know. He was smoking Kush. I mean, what was he smoking? We don't know.
What is Kush? How do you know about these things? I don't know. I don't smoke, so I don't know.
I don't smoke either, but I listen to a lot of music. So therefore,
oh my God.
Where else would I get it from? It's in the music. No, but I mean, if weed, whatever. If they take whatever the penalty is for smoking weed, it will hurt gameplay, not help it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I've seen some people. Yeah, but anyway, there will be at least 7 players, including Wes Welker, to come back to the game. I'm sure they'll be happy to see him because they need him. If you didn't know, he's Broncos receiver.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to see these people come back. And I guess it's good because a lot of them do smoke marijuana. It's a street name, weed.
Right. I mean, if you're smoking marijuana, fine. If they're sniffing coke, okay, then
if they're sniffing coke, are they really playing football? If they, no. So I want to talk about this. I don't know what type of character to say this man has, but he's very outspoken. He is. Richard Sherman.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He's a little off the chain sometimes, but he confirmed after the game. It was a big old thing where he was on the field like, he grabbed my hair. Everybody knows how he performs if you pay attention to Mr. Sherman. He definitely performs.
Right.
And he was saying that Garcon yanked his hair. And that kind of brings me to my thing. I know you've heard me say it before that the NFL making all these new rules and changing this. There's something about this hair. Like, why is their hair so long? I'm not fond of dreads. I'm really not. If that's what you like, then you do it. But sometimes the hair is just so long. I watched the game. He intentionally grabbed his hair. But some people, their hair is just too long.
I mean, we've talked about this before. To the point where it's covering the name on the back of the jersey, I think might be too much. But there's a lot of players that have that. And what about the white boys that have long hair?
Oh my goodness, his name is like right on the tip of my tongue. Your friend from the Steelers. What is his name? Why I can't think of his name? Because I don't like him.
That ain't my boy.
Oh, I thought you was a Steelers fan.
Nigga, please.
Okay.
I'm not no Steelers fan. But go ahead. Okay, what's your point?
I'm bringing that up to say that his hair is entirely too long. It's a shame the way that I have to go in on Steelers fans when they're talking about the Ravens that I cannot remember his name.
Okay,
but I'm gonna let it be because now I'm gonna talk about my Ravens.
No, but I mean, what is your?
I'm saying everybody's hair needs to be cut short enough. If I know a lot of the players, but if your hair is entirely too long, people who don't know you can't even see your name.
Yeah, I mean,
I've always said that.
I mean, somebody like Palomalu, his hair, covers.
Oh, he remembers.
But you know who he is, so you don't have to. I mean, you know who he is, so you don't have to. Right. But some of the off-brand players, you like, with the dreads, you're like, okay, who is that? I don't remember him.
That's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but let me say this. I know some of my friends are watching, and they don't know about sports. And when I talk sometime, because I had to get this, oh, you're talking like you know him. See, normally I would say like,
Troy.
Tory could have caught the ball.
Yeah.
And they be like, you know Tory's man, why are you talking like that? Calm down. No, I don't know him personally. But sometimes I get into it, and that's how I talk. I don't use the last name. So, you know.
What are your thoughts on Richard Sherman, though? He's a crybaby?
He's ratchet. That's all. That's just it. Yes. Women and men can be ratchet. This man is ratchet. He is so ghetto.
Yeah.
Ghetto with all capital letters. He just over the top all of the time. He was calm talking about this because he was like, man, he pulled my hair. Then he was here, and then he went here. So, I mean, he's just ratchet.